brings to an end the present series of string quartets. Radio 3 listeners on medium wave will now rejoin Brian Johnston and his team of commentators at Lord's for Test Match Special and the afternoon session of England vs.
And welcome back to Lord's, where we've come to the end of the luncheon interval. We all had a jolly good lunch prepared by Nancy just below us here in our little kitchen. The umpires, Jack Baldwin, Tom Hedges, out there in the middle. Spectators settling down.
Hello, Barker.
Will resume at
Mr. Dunn, how are you?
This morning, had a
Good, quite good. How are you?
Where are you parked? You're not on double yellow, are you? They're not above coming in knocking on my windows, traffic wardens. Reflects badly on the college.
I'll move it.
Welcome to Anthony Don. Third window on the right, across the quad.
Here you are, sir, your old room. Nice to have you back, sir. Don't forget about the motor car.
Thank you, Barker. Nice to see you again.
You beat up your girlfriend's father?
Yeah, that's about it, I suppose.
I see. How do you feel about that, Mark?
Thing is, then I went round to my girlfriend's house to see if they'd have her back and what have you, and he wasn't there, so I had a word with her mum about it, and, well, one thing led to another and what have you, and we ended up making love in the back of my van.
You're 17 years old. You make your girlfriend pregnant, you assault her father, and you sleep with her
Afternoon,
mother.
tea.
Yeah, that is what happened, but...
They make those things up, don't they?
It's not...
Have you told
Is that Radio 3 now?
Supposed to be, yes.
I don't suppose you know what the England cricket score is, do you?
No, I don't.
Just wondered.
Morse. Yes, that's right. Who's this?
I don't know whether it's going to ring any bells. It's Anthony Don.
Why is it a problem, Mark?
Anthony Don? St. John's Road, Anthony Don.
What? Cricket.
Can I ask what
The Clarets.
call us?
The old boys' 11.
Anything wrong?
No, nothing ominous. I just wondered if you might fancy supper or something.
Leave it alone.
Hmm? Oh, I don't know.
Well, now, Mark, I suggest...
Oh, what about tonight?
...by talking to your girlfriend
Sure. Okay. Yes.
first.
Goodbye.
Is this girl mature enough to take the fact that you've slept with her mother and assaulted her father, do you think?
In what way, do you mean?
Is this girl grown up enough, Mark, to
yeah,
understand
I
that
see.
the fact that you slept with her...
Mighty leg spinner Woodcock to bowl to Baxter from the nursery end. Baxter's 36, and here comes Woodcock now with that quaint hop and a skip run of his. He bowls, he tosses up in the air, and Baxter goes down the pitch, and he's missed it. He's completely deceived by the flight, and Jackson behind the timbers whips off the bails, and Baxter's out. Stop Jackson, Bill Woodcock for a steady but very useful 36. England then are now 125 for 5, and Paul Baxter looks disgusted with himself. He was completely deceived by the flight. The flight. The flight. The flight.
Move this, can you? Well, come on, for God's sake, and get the vultures away from here.
Not a pretty sight in there, I'm afraid.
How many?
Dead? 2. Plus some him.
Hello, Doctor.
Oh, Sergeant.
Threw in petrol bombs and locked the door. This thing. Couldn't get out. Apparently used to sell, left-wing books and way-out stuff, homosexual books and so on. There've been threats, apparently, and the local council's been trying to close the place down. Been in all the local papers.
I don't think you mean way out, do you?
Well, explicit writing and... I'm just saying, I've got nothing against it.
Oh, right.
No, I'm just saying quite explicit material and books about homosexuals, that's all I meant. And some stuff about how the best copper's a dead copper. I'm not saying this is a good thing.
Well, good. Because you can go into any high street bookstore and find literature far more offensive than anything sold here, in my opinion. Pornography next to the children's comics. I think you should get those slogans painted out.
They're evidence.
Yeah, they most certainly are. Yes, of course they are. I'm sorry. It's just... I'm sorry, Sergeant. That was unnecessary.
Don't worry.
Well, I'll phone you when I've done the tests.
Well, she'll get used to it. She'll have to.
I haven't done this for years.
Not bad, are they?
Not bad. What do you do normally? Do you cook or something, or is there somebody at home you're keeping a secret?
I did live with a microwave for a while, but we argued.
You never married?
That's right.
How was that? Do you mind?
Not being married? Sometimes. Sometimes I mind. Why? Have I missed out?
Well, I've got to say yes, haven't I? I've got 2 beautiful children.
A beautiful wife?
A very beautiful wife. Yes, of course I think so, but I'm not you. Anyway, there are some evenings, and you wish you could just buy a bag of chips and whatever this is. You know? It's ironic, isn't it? You get a policeman and a lawyer together. They know how to ask the questions. They're not very good at answering them.
Well, I've enjoyed myself.
So have I.
We didn't even talk about cricket.
Well, the police force.
I'll run you home.
Listen, I think I'll walk. It's not far.
You sure?
Thanks for the offer.
Okay. Look, was there something you wanted to talk about?
What do you mean? No. What do you mean?
I don't know. I got the feeling that you wanted to say something.
About what?
I suppose I wondered why, after all this time...
Oh, that I rang you? Oh. Yes, well, you know, you get to a certain age, you start to see things differently. Start to... I don't know.
Right.
That was a bit vague, wasn't it? A bit. I was reading this book the other day. Cranky thing about Zen Buddhism. Not my thing, by the way. Successful lawyer, FT reader, meditate on the stock market. No, it's Kate's, my wife. I picked it up to... anyway, it had this story about a chap who goes to see a master and wants to know about the meaning of the one hand clapping. You know, that Zen thing about the sound of one hand clapping. And the master tells him that he's not concentrating hard enough. He's too attached to wealth, to things. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Anyway, the master says to this chap, it would be better if he died. That would solve the problem. So the chap falls over on the floor as if he were dead. The master watches this and says, "So now you're dead, what about the sound?" And the chap says, "I still can't hear it." Upon which the master kicks him. "Dead men cannot speak," he says. Anyway, it's not bad, eh? Look, it's been good to see you. Chew the fat and what have you.
Chew the chips.
That's right.
Look, if you remember what it was, give me a call, huh?
I will. I will. The white hair suits you. Makes you look very wise.
See you.
Mm-hmm.
Tony, you're not watching the ball, you're not using your feet, and your bat looks like a limp willy. Apart from that, you're doing fine.
Give him a few bounces, might help to wake him up.
And that's out. Straight down Long On's throat.
God, what a shambles.
Come on, Clarence.
Sorry, Rowley, I'm not quite with it today.
Oh, you'll be all right.
By the way, when is Vince arriving, do you know?
Mr. Cranston. Your guess is as good as mine. Probably saying a long goodbye to somebody else's wife.
That's right. Oh, bloody thing.
What I'd like you two to do is just spray a few words on that sheet.
Why?
I collect autographs.
No, thanks.
Really? I thought you were good at this.
Well, you thought wrong then, didn't you?
It's odd, because you were both seen spraying slogans on the walls outside the bookshop.
Who by?
By reliable witnesses who are prepared to testify.
What, people who work there?
And what difference does it make if they work there or not?
Well, if they work in a place like that, there must be something wrong with them. I mean, have you read the stuff they sell there? It's disgusting.
It's difficult to read the books they sell. They all caught fire.
Look, I can't understand why everybody's making such a song and dance about this fire. Makes you wonder who the police really care about.
I'll tell you what disgusts me. Someone who sets fire to a building with human beings inside it.
Yeah, like the IRA. They had books supporting the IRA in that shop.
Is that why you put petrol bombs through the letterbox?
Look, we don't know what you're talking about.
Call for you, sir.
Get them to call back.
Well, it's personal, and Anthony Don, he seems quite...
Take a message.
Sir?
That we're not going to answer any more questions until our lawyer's here.
No. Tell him I've remembered what it was that I wanted to say. He can telephone me at Arnold College. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much.
Which means the M25 is blocked in both directions. Not good news, I'm afraid, for you people driving into work. This is Cake Dawn, and it's 8:17, and now back to John in Crouch End.
Come on,
John,
Kate,
you were
get
talking
rid of
about
him.
having served
People
your
are falling
3-year
asleep. We
sentence.
don't give a
Your
toss
wife
about his
still
grandmother or his... What?
I think you should see
spoken to her
this.
about the problem and the fact
The
that she
police
was the
phone.
reason
It's
that you had
Kate's
to take the money
husband.
in the first place.
It's heavy.
Yeah, we tried.
He's
We
dead.
had a long discussion about it the other day. We just right there
Believe
when we
it?
started.
You seen this?
And she just makes you feel lonely and lost, and you're more
I'm not going to
desperate
tell her. We're off air in
to
15 minutes. What are we to do? This is a live program. What am I supposed to do? This is a disaster.
Makes me feel worse.
It's Morse.
Right, Constable, we finished with fingerprints now. Can you contact the law?
Sorry, sir.
Make the necessary arrangements, will you? Okay, now, back to base. Go on, off you go.
This is the chap who... Isn't this the chap, your friend from... sir?
Yes, that's right.
It's the radio lead. And there was this.
Where was this?
Inside his suitcase. It was loaded.
He rang me, you know. Yesterday, it was him who rang when we were interviewing those, It was him.
All right. Yeah, it didn't click.
The message was he knew what he wanted to tell me.
To tell you about what?
I don't know, Lewis, I don't know. Dead men can't speak, can they?
The old boy's 11. Do we know who this is?
His name's Roland Marshall. We were friends of a kind. I knew him and Anthony Don when I was a student. Good man, or was. He's a sort of inventor. Solar energy and, well, all sorts of things.
Oh, that's right. I know about him. He's the chap that made the thing, the car thing. You know, it was like a big bubble, and it didn't work.
That's him. A crank, but a nice one. I didn't know about the wheelchair. We need to speak to him.
They're trying to track him down.
And Mrs. Don?
Yeah, on her way. What do you think, sir? Was he depressed when you met him the other evening?
Not particularly.
Why didn't he shoot himself? I mean, I'm not saying... I don't know what I am saying, but I would have thought... I wouldn't have thought myself it was a very reliable method. The radio lead, you know, if you were trying to make sure. I mean, you'd think they'd just sort of jump out when you turn the power on.
But it must have been on, mustn't it, already? Because he was on the bed. Unless somebody helped him. One of his teammates, perhaps. Let's have them all in, the cricket team. In batting order.
Right, you are.
Excuse me, sir. Mrs. Don's arrived.
Bring her in.
Well, she's up in the room. We couldn't really...
Okay, I'll speak to her. Do you want to start taking statements?
What, now?
Don't tell me. You're babysitting.
No. I'm on leave, sir, from half an hour ago.
Leave?
Just a week, sir, that's all.
Oh. Did I know about this?
You signed the form.
Did I? Well, look, it's not very convenient, Lewis. What are you doing, going to Butlins?
No, sir, actually. I've got the outside of the house to paint and some gutters to fix and what have you.
Thought you'd had your leave. You're always on leave.
No. 10 days at Christmas, a couple of days over the Easter holidays, and now this.
Yes, yes, all right, Les.
The follow-on.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. They're all out. None of our last 5 batsmen made it into double figures. It's a shambles.
Well, who told you? Great. $27 for 2.
Brilliant.
Hey, what was that?
Can't see anything.
Something flashing from that first window on the first floor. Find out who's staying there. And don't let me catch you listening to that on duty.
I'm sorry, I understand he was a friend, is that right?
That's right. So?
He died in the night. He was electrocuted. My guess is he'd taken some sedatives as well.
Tell me, do you know anything about patterns of suicide? I mean, is it normal? I mean, do people normally, don't they do it at home? I mean, do they have to go somewhere else to do it?
Sorry, I don't know.
But you do think it was suicide?
I think it'd be very difficult to ask somebody to lie still while you put a live electric cable in their mouth.
Unless he was asleep or unconscious.
His wife is upstairs, you know.
Yes, I'm just going.
She's a radio presenter, isn't she?
Is she? I don't know. Anyway. Do you have any plans for later?
Oh, I'll be in the lab.
Well, another time.
Okay.
Mrs. Don.
Yes.
My name is Morse.
Hello.
Your husband and I were students together.
Really? I'm sorry. I thought you were a policeman.
I am. I'm very sorry.
This was his room, wasn't it? When he was an undergraduate.
For a time, I think. And then we shared a house together, actually. So we were quite...
Really? I didn't know.
I had a drink with him the night before last. No, we weren't... I hadn't kept in touch, so I imagine that's why you didn't. There was no reason.
Apparently, they used to... Well, you'll know this. You're supposed to write your name somewhere in the room if you lived here. I've been looking. Can't find it. It's coffee. I hate coffee. It's a headache. Oh.
Oh, God, Cranston, I might have known it was you. Still can't drive, I see.
Rowley! Is this yours? Thought you were grounded, sir.
Not quite yet. But come on, give me a hand.
Pleasure. How's tricks?
Look, I don't need that.
Oh, right, eh? Sorry I'm a bit late. One or two distractions on the old heart front, eh? Good to see you. Everything all right?
Tony Don committed suicide last night.
You're joking?
No, I'm not. He electrocuted himself. Kate! Kate, I'm so sorry. I can't believe it.
I don't know what to say.
There's nothing to say.
I only just arrived. I had no idea.
Well, I've got to go inside. It's a question of time.
Yes.
Hello?
Hello, Roland.
Hello. I'm sorry, do we know each other?
Roland, this is Chief Inspector Morse.
Oh, I see. Morse? It's pagan Morse, isn't it? It is. My God, it is as well. And you're a policeman.
I'm afraid so.
Well, there's a turn-up for the book.
It's good to see you.
Yes, absolutely. Not the best of...
No. That's right. Look, I'm taking Mrs. Don for a walk, but we'll talk, you and I.
Oh, yes, please. This is Vince Cranston, by the way.
Mr. Cranston. Inspector. If you'll excuse me.
Goodbye.
Chin up, Kate.
How do you know him?
Lonsdale man. He knew Tony Dunn very well in the old days. Last person you'd imagine doing that job. I imagine he's good, clever. Drinks. Or used to. Pagan Morse. Really is a turn-up for the book.
Pagan? Why pagan? What's all that about?
I prefer Morse, plain and simple. But when I came up to Oxford and wouldn't say what my Christian name was, somebody called me pagan, and it stuck for a while.
I think I prefer Morse.
Thank you. So do I. This looks more like it.
Hope so.
I have to ask you a few questions.
Of course. Tony didn't kill himself.
What makes you say that?
I just know. We didn't have the greatest marriage in the world. It could be very difficult, but I just know he wouldn't. Just know he wouldn't.
Do you have any idea why he might have been carrying a gun?
Tony? I don't believe it.
He had a gun in his luggage.
Tony wouldn't know one end of a gun from the other.
Did your husband have any enemies?
No. No, I don't think so. I mean, obviously, I'm sure there are people who didn't. But not enough to... No. What kind of a gun? I don't believe this. I don't believe this is happening. The children. I must call the children. They won't know where I am. What's happening? Excuse me, I must find a telephone.
Don't worry. They're with your mother. Everything's been taken care of.
My mother. Right. Thanks. You know, I feel a little... I think I feel a little...
Thank you. Cheers. This stuff is so potent. I always hope it might get the old leg and arm twitching again.
How is it,
Oh, all right. One learns to live with it. Or rather, one doesn't. Actually, it's a swine. Yes, it's a swine.
Yes.
Well, pagan, here you are.
Here I am. Tell me about Anthony Don. I can't see the Anthony Don I knew committing suicide, can you?
Makes more sense than someone killing him. I mean, why?
Well, I was hoping you might tell me that because I think someone did kill him.
Really?
And I'm a pedestrian sort of copper. I say to myself, a man comes to Oxford to play cricket with old friends and gets murdered. And then I remember reading some statistic or other about how most murders are committed by someone the victim knows. And I put these things together and I come up with 11 suspects.
10.
And you. 11. Anyway, Rowley, I have a plan and I need your help.
As long as I'm not going to be arrested.
Well, on the nobody changes much theory, I think you get parole.
Okay, fire ahead. How can I help?
Well, hey, you've been practicing with your mum, haven't you?
I'm impressed, Sergeant. I think you'll do very well.
I think it's a crazy idea.
Really? I thought it would be a fantasy come true.
What about the other bit?
You have to take the rough with the smooth.
Our Val will have something to say about the decorating line.
We'll take care of that. It's only fair. You just keep practicing.
When do I start?
Oh, I think Mr. Barker's expecting you any time now.
Whoa!
Now, there is no question but that the festival will continue. Apart from the European end, which must go ahead, we have a game to play here.
Seems a little indecent to me, carrying on playing cricket after what's happened.
I don't agree. Tony Dunn was a dear friend of mine. We were fellow students together while you were still bowling at your high chair. But packing up and going home isn't going to change anything.
Rowley, are the police going to allow us to go abroad while they're carrying out their investigations?
They better. Now, come on, Clarence. We owe it to Tony to put up a decent show.
What about the team, Roll? We're a man short.
Ah, well, I was coming to that. It so happens Arnold has a couple of porters this year who are quite handy. I've had a word with Barker, and he's prepared to cover for one of them. Bit of an all-rounder. I've asked him to come down for a net.
Porter? Well, why not? He qualifies. Any man who can hit the ball off the middle of the bat is a gentleman in my book.
I never met a porter who could bat. They can block. Blocking. In the bone with porters, say?
Enough chat. Let's get your boots on and get outside.
Hello? Oh, hello, Louis. Gentlemen, I'd like you to meet your new teammate.
I wish you'd stay and have a proper lunch.
No, I have to get back. This is perfect. Great, thank you.
Find anything?
Not really. I'll have to go over to his office later.
The thing is, you know, I can't think why any of his clients... It's not as if we're in criminal law or anything. Why should any of his clients want to... I can understand if it were me. I'm always treading on toes on the programme, but Tony... I mean, it was matrimonial law, never commercial work. He was always complaining how mundane it was.
Well, love and money are the most common motives, but yes, I know what you mean.
I suppose so.
What about the partners? Were there ever any problems?
No, none that I knew of. The reverse.
But you said to me he was a difficult man. What did you mean?
I think he sometimes resented my career. He could get angry. He was quite a conventional man. I don't know. Perhaps he was unhappy. Perhaps the fact that I didn't realize was one of the reasons he was unhappy. I feel I didn't know him at all. Perhaps he did. I keep thinking about that gun. He hated guns. So maybe he bought it to... And then he couldn't. So... Sorry.
It's fine.
The children are so miserable and I don't know what to say to them.
I know.
My mother's going to take them home with her so I can come up to the inquest and then... I must keep working. I feel I must work.
I think you're right.
Do you? so nice.
Really? Just as I was thinking of trading myself in.
Well, I must get on. Leave you.
Okay. There was one thing. Anthony mentioned a book he'd been reading. It was yours, I think. I wondered if I could look at it.
What book was this?
It was something to do with Zen Buddhism. He'd been reading it.
Really? I can't think.
Well, he said you were very interested in that area.
Well, I am.
He told me a story from it, something to do with a man seeking knowledge from a master, and something about the sound of one hand clapping.
Yes, that's right. That's where it went. It was a present, it was given to me, and then I couldn't find it. Tony must have.
What was the title? Do you remember?
I'm sorry, I can't. I didn't have it for very long. Why? Might that be important?
I don't know. I stumble around. That's what I do. Sometimes I stumble in the right direction. However Anthony died, there had to be a reason. Either somebody else had a motive or he did.
Well, I'll try and remember.
Might you ask the person who gave it to you?
Yes, of course. That's the obvious. It was a girlfriend. I'll telephone her.
And would you telephone me if you need anything?
Yes.
Or even if you don't?
Okay.
Oh, hello. Sir, no Barker? Mr. Barker's off today. Can I help you? I'm Lewis.
Lewis? I haven't seen you before.
No, that's right. Spot a leave. We all take a turn during the vacation.
Catching up with the decorating?
I'm sorry?
You've got paint on your hands.
Oh, yes. Oh, sorry about that.
I'm Peter Foster, by the way. I'm borrowing your library, doing a little book on the EEC.
Oh, yeah?
Hobby of mine. Now, I came to ask Barker if he'd mind terribly lending me his master key. And actually, Lewis, I'm rather glad he's not here, because this is the second time this week I've locked myself out. I'll tell you what it is. There's only one key for our room. Every time Philippa goes out, I forget to leave the lock on the latch, and then it's quite ridiculous. Would you mind?
Well, you'd like me to come and open your room?
Well, that's it. Although I can do it myself. Save you the bother, run up and straight back.
Fair enough. Would you mind hanging on just a second, sir? There you go, Mr. Foster. Would you mind bringing them straight back to the lodge?
Absolutely. 2 minutes.
Keep your head down, Mr. Barker. I'll be right back. Tell me, which staircase does our friend Foster live on?
East.
Lost his sense of direction along with his key.
Thank you, Lewis. And not a word to Barker, or he'll shoot me.
Don't worry.
Good man.
Are you going to arrest him?
What for?
He told you a lie.
I told him lots of lies.
Very fishy. But I'll tell you something else for nothing. The woman he's with, I'm positive they're not married.
What makes you say that?
Well, there's a big song and dance about a couple staying. I'm not fond of it myself. But anyway, I get the better to put the beds together,
Because they're supposed to be man and wife. And the bedder comes to see me the next day and says the beds have been pushed apart again. Well, it's very fishy, because she's a very handsome woman.
We're in.
No, we're not. You were followed all the way to the staircase.
I still think it's a bit fishy.
Well, I've checked the statements, checked the address, checked the work details. There is a Peter Foster. He does work in Brussels. He is married to a Philippa Foster, and he's researching a book in Oxford.
So what's he doing poking around in Anthony Dunn's room?
Was he in the room? I thought you said you didn't actually see him go in.
No, but I heard him. And he lives on the other side of the college. And I think he's got a pair of binoculars.
You heard something, and you think something. It's not a staggering weight of evidence.
Well, what about the bed thing?
Well, you can't arrest a man because his wife won't sleep with him.
Well, I think there's something going on. And so does Mr. Barker.
Oh, well, if Mr. Barker thinks there's something going on.
Hey, Charlie.
My key. Richards.
15.
Thanks. Thanks, Lewis. Any messages?
Just look for you. Oh, yes, sir. Your office call.
Dan, what time was that?
Oh, I don't know, sir. Sorry.
Do you think you could try and keep a time of my messages? Makes life easier.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Anything for me? Cassidy?
Nope, I don't think so, sir.
Keep an eye on my car, will you? Blue BMW on the corner. Shove a coin in if the wardens come prowling.
Sir.
That's a good chap.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
I wanted Mr. Foster.
Yeah. East staircase, first floor.
Thank you. Mine's the Jaguar just across the street.
Who is it?
Chief Inspector Morse, Thames Valley Police.
Just a minute. Inspector.
I hope this is not an inconvenient time.
No, well, I was just getting ready for supper, but no, please come in. I'm sorry, by the way, but my husband is still in the library. Was it him you wanted to speak to?
No, either of you. No problem.
Forgive these rooms are rather cramped.
I shan't look.
So?
Well, I wanted to have a little chat about you and your husband's statements.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it's about your telephone number, actually. Do you remember it?
Our home number?
That's right.
Well, it's Brussels, of course, and I can never remember the code from here, but certainly our home number is 3416293.
Ah. Well, that's where we have a small anomaly, because that's the number your husband gave, but you seem to have given a different one.
Really?
Oh, yes. Here we are. Brussels 3565599.
No, let me see. 3565599. Oh, you know what I've done. I've given you our flat in London. How stupid.
So if I telephone that number, who would I get?
Well, you'd get our answering service, I'm afraid, but please do. Leave us a message. It'll persuade Peter it was worth paying all that money.
Oh, no, that's fine. Simple mistake. I don't even know my own telephone number.
Was there anything else, Inspector?
No, I don't think so. It's like a boarding school.
That's right, very prim.
You didn't know Anthony Don, did you?
No.
No. No, I was thinking his firm had an office in Brussels. I just wondered whether you'd ever... But no.
Really? No, although perhaps Peter might have, but then he would have said.
Yes, I'm sure. So it was just an unfortunate coincidence that you arrived the day before the cricket team.
Yes. I'm not quite sure what you're getting at, but looked at in those terms, yes, I suppose so.
Terrible thing.
I can't imagine someone wanting to take their own life.
He didn't.
Oh, really? You think he was...
I'm certain of it.
Oh, his poor wife.
Yes.
I suppose that means there'll be no cricket tour.
Oh, no, they're going ahead. Rotterdam, Antwerp, Brussels. There's Brussels cropping up again. No, they've roped in one of the porters to take Anthony's place.
That's good. I'm so pleased. I love cricket. I was intending to go along to the game here.
Then we'll see each other.
Oh, really? Oh, great. Because I can't tempt Peter away from his blasted books. You wouldn't, would I be a terrible nuisance if I, God, what are you trying to say, Philippa? Can I sit with you is what I'm asking. Only it's a bit uncomfortable being a single woman on these occasions.
Sure.
Thank you, that's really kind.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Wild horses won't drag my husband away from his work. Obsessional, I call it.
I'd call it bad taste.
So would I.
Tomorrow, then.
Goodbye.
Brilliant.
No, Cranston's not your man, Sergeant. It's much more likely someone would just want to stick him in a live socket. Royal cuckolder, our Vince. Naughty boy. He'll chase anything outside his off stump. Harmless enough, though.
And anyway, he wasn't in Oxford at the time.
That's right. Oh, yes. I am supposed to be leaning on you.
Sorry. It's the air, it hits you, doesn't it?
Goodbye.
Good night, sir.
Good night, Barker.
Night.
See you in the morning, Mr. Lewis.
Right. Well, at least I might get the morning.
Oh, no such luck, I'm afraid. Barker's taking all this very seriously. At last, young Jamie, if I'm not mistaken. My nephew, Sergeant Lewis, the captain of the Hearties.
Nunk.
At what time do you call this, then?
Oh, I'm late. What's this? Not still pretending you can't walk.
Hey!
Come here, let me break your bones properly. Excuse us, the annual family bear hug.
Oh, that's enough. This is Mr. Lewis. He's going in for us at number 5.
Lewis, hello. I'm the opposition.
Hello.
What a dreadful business with Tony Don. What was all that about?
We don't know.
Dreadful. Well, it wasn't our team. We'd have gone for your blacksmith. Have you met Mr. Cranston?
Oh, he certainly has.
Yes.
Hits the ball seriously hard. Look, Nunk, I'm starving. Did you keep back any of that groaning board?
Oh, I suppose so.
Jolly good. Well, come on. I'm not going to let you go home.
Yes.
Back indoors.
I don't have much choice, do I?
Not much.
Well, I'll go on ahead. I'll catch you up.
Oh, team tactics, eh? Okay, see you tomorrow. Is he good?
Wait and see.
Oh, your secret weapon, eh? Well, you'll need it, because we're planning on giving you a thrashing. A first-rate thrashing.
Rory, sorry, look, I wonder, could I borrow your car?
What's up?
Nothing. Do you mind?
No. You may have a spot of trouble with the controls, though. I've had them adapted.
Yeah, I'll manage, if you've got the keys.
Go ahead.
How do I make it go?
so. I told him, Lewis, Colin Cowdery faced up to Wes Hall in the 63 Lords Test with a fractured arm. You'll be facing friendly medium pace with a headache.
How did that go down?
He grunted. I took that as positive.
Looks like someone's determined to get the Clarets down to 10 men.
I know. A bit worrying. Made any progress?
Not much.
Is that why you wanted this business postponed?
Yes. Roland, would you excuse me? I want to have a word with Mrs. Don.
No problem. But we'll see you at the ground.
Sure.
No, it's all right. I'm fine. See you, Pagan.
Mrs. Don.
Inspector.
Could I...
Excuse me.
Kate, are you all right?
Yes. Yes, I think so.
I'm sorry it couldn't be any easier. I need the adjournment.
I know. How could it be anything but awful? I don't want to go home.
Well, then don't.
What's your day?
Not. I have to go to the cricket this afternoon.
Right. Could I come with you?
I don't think so, Kate. I don't think that that would be a good thing for you to do.
Well, before that.
Before that, I have to speak to some people who set fire to a bookshop. It's not very... Look, what about supper?
I could come with you now. I read about that fire. Any other time I'd be asking you professional questions. Why don't I just grab my tape recorder and tag along? No. I know.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yes!
Sorry, sir.
You have to go.
I have to go. Tonight?
I don't know.
Roland, you still here? Can we take you anywhere?
No. I'm just waiting for my nephew. Supposed to be collecting me. Completely unreliable. Have you met Jamie?
This is your nephew. No, I haven't.
Mustn't criticize him too much. He forks out for the match expenses. The Hearties are his team, you see. Flies halfway across the globe to be here.
For a game of cricket.
Now, Pagan, there are few things in life more important than a game of cricket.
I'll take your word for it. Oh, okay, I'll see you at the great event.
Mock not, Inspector.
Will you? Oh, I hope so.
How's he head?
Oh, going to be all right to play?
I hope so. I told him if he's not, he should get his son down here. It sounds a bit useful.
What's he done?
My son hit me on the head with a cricket bat.
When was this then?
This morning.
I thought you said you were in casualty half the night.
No, I meant... No, I didn't say half the night. No, I went very early this morning. Well, you know what time kiddies get out of bed. No, it was early this morning.
I think for son read wife and for bat read rolling pin, eh, Lewis?
Someone's been in this locker. Some swine's been fooling around with the bloody lock.
Are you sure?
You know anything about this?
Who, me?
Tell you something. I catch anyone around here with their nose in my business, they get more than a bloody bat round their head. Say? Supposed to be a civilized team, not a bloody riff-raff 11.
Take no notice. He's psyching himself up for a big knock.
Okay.
Gentlemen, your call, Johnny.
Heads.
We field.
Sorry, chaps. We're in.
They're batting.
Good. Keep your eyes open. I'll get to work here. I guess I've got a good couple of hours before I need to be down there.
Two, please.
Right, get out to square.
A little more.
Quite a deep square, I think. Yeah, that's fine now. Third man. Gully, Jeremy, you can go. That's right. Everyone, look lively. He's a good bowler, this guy. Straight down. All right. Good luck, batsman.
Play.
Yes? And again. This end!
Thank you, sir.
Can I join you?
Over.
Hello. Yes, of course.
Thank you. I brought us a picnic. Good idea?
Wonderful.
How are we doing?
Who are we supporting?
Well, the Clarets, of course. College loyalty.
In that case, I think we may have a few problems.
Oh, dear. I hope it's not me. I'm a bit of a jinx. Is their attack very strong?
Whose attack?
The fielding side, what's his name? The Hearties.
I've got no idea.
Do you not follow cricket, Inspector?
Follow would be an exaggeration. Not so much follow as flee.
Philistine.
Men in uniforms, incomprehensible rules, nothing happening for hours at a time, everyone taking it very seriously. It's not my idea of a good time.
Inspector, you're a thug.
Right arm.
Maybe. I go for the picnic, though.
You're absolutely wrong about cricket. It is quite the best game in the world. It's war without guns. It's wonderful. Deployment of men, psychology, bravery, great skill, camaraderie, tactics, tension. Honestly, fantastic tension.
Fine, look. Just try and stay there. Vince can get the runs. Good luck.
Just stay there, Lewis.
Look, it's our porter.
Middle and leg, please. Watch the ball. Move your feet. Watch the ball. Watch the ball.
Come, Lewis.
Yes! No! Yes!
No!
We got it!
He's in!
Get him
He's
in! Go on, yes! Well done, chaps.
Whose fault was that?
Hard to say. What a pity.
No, thanks.
Nothing worse than being run out.
It's up to you, Vince.
It'll be all right. If somebody will stay with me.
No conferring, please, gentlemen.
31 for 4. What's the word I'm looking for, Nug? Rout? Massacre?
A philosopher?
No, not really.
What then?
Just a policeman. Actually, I was looking for a book on Zen and the art of car maintenance, but this was the best they could do.
Terrific. I'm enjoying this.
Yes.
No, I meant, this is nice. You're nice.
I think you're flattering me.
No.
Well, so are you. Nice.
Why, thank you.
If I didn't know there was a Mr. Foster, you might even convert me to cricket. Perhaps not.
Inspector.
Hello, Kate.
Hello.
Philippa, this is Mrs. Don. Kate, this is Philippa Foster.
Hello.
I'm interrupting.
No, no, no. Please, join us.
No, I don't think so. You were right. I shouldn't have come.
Well, now you're here, why don't you sit down, have a glass of wine?
You're just in time to see our number 3 make his 50.
Who's that? Oh.
Yes! Listen, do you two want to talk? Because I can easily take myself off for a tour of the boundary.
No, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Oh, well played! Kate Don, did you say? That's not the same Don as the...
Yes. It was her husband.
Golly.
Yes.
Ah, Pagan, there you are. Jamie, this is Inspector Morse.
Ah, I've heard all about you. Hello.
Hello.
You watching the game?
Yes.
I hope you stay to see the thrashing completed.
Many a slip, eh, Pagan? Many a slip. A mug of tea?
Thanks.
No, I'll get it.
Good chap. Oh, do you know Lewis?
Hello, Lewis.
Hello, Pagan. Sugar?
No, thank you. But your uncle tells me you come a long way just for the game.
My little indulgence.
We forgive his second-rate cricket for the first-rate contribution he makes towards costs, eh, Jamie?
How far's a long way?
I move around. I flew back from Hong Kong.
What's that?
Money.
We must love you and leave you.
Thanks. May the best man win. Oh, congratulations.
No.
Yes. Come on! Wait. 2.
parade. New bowler, right arm over. Sharp.
Well done. I don't believe in you.
You got her worried, Lewis. Your son would have hit that into the car
Yeah, I
park.
know.
Well played, Lewis.
They're still ahead. After 18 overs, we've lost 6 wickets.
Inspector Morse, I think you're getting hooked.
Twit.
Thanks.
You all right? Look, I know this is unpleasant, awful. But we need to talk, and we have to drop all the charades and games and whatever else it is that's been going on.
I know.
Because there are a couple of dozen men next door, and until we speak properly, we're not going to know which of them killed your husband.
Would you mind leaving us for a few minutes?
Just wait outside.
Peter Foster wasn't my husband, Chief Inspector. He was my colleague.
Any chance of making a telephone call?
Sorry?
I've got a wife at home who'll be wondering what's happened to me.
I'm all in good time. So, gents, I'll just come along with you then.
I need an accurate time of death.
Oh, that's not difficult. When I got here, the body was still warm. That was what, 45 minutes? When was he discovered?
Just after 5.
Well, if he had been dead 20 minutes before that, I'd be very surprised.
You realize that that means when he died, all the obvious suspects were out on the cricket pitch.
I don't know who the obvious suspects are, Inspector.
Is there any reason for him to be here?
Not for me.
Sergeant, can we...
Oh, yeah, sure. It's a very interesting personal effect, sir, for an academic. A miniature camera. And these aren't our forensic bags. They're his.
Yes.
I thought you might like to know, sir. Sergeant Lewis is in the gents.
I always like to know that, Hilaire.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you...
Yes, yes, I'm coming. One more thing. Could a woman have done this?
No. No, you would need a considerable amount of, well, I couldn't have done it.
We can't go on meeting like this, Lewis.
Oh, shall I?
No, that's all right. Just put your foot against the door.
Bit of a turn-up for the booth.
Yes.
Thing is, sir, if he died while we were out fielding, they've all got alibis.
I had worked that out, yes.
And his wife was with you, wasn't she?
Yes and no.
What do you mean?
Mrs. Foster is not Mrs. Foster.
Come again?
Mrs. Foster is an investigating officer with Customs and Excise. Peter Foster was her boss.
You're joking.
No.
So it wasn't him that hit me last night?
Apparently not. Foster had you down as chief suspect. Whoever thumped you over the head was aiming for him.
Chief suspect in what?
Well, it seems that one of our cricketers, when they're not knocking balls for six or practicing on your head, like to take the odd kilo of cocaine on holiday with them.
Oh, that explains a lot. I mean, about Foster being everywhere, and the single beds, and him breaking into what's-his-name's room.
It explains some things. It gives us a motive. Certainly doesn't explain how the killer manages to be in two places at once, or why Anthony Don died.
So what? Am I dropping this port of business, or what?
No, not yet. No, and you better go in there.
Right.
Well, off you go.
Well, I just want to, you know.
You know. I bet you call it by a number at home.
Sort of.
Don't tell me. I can guess. Gentlemen, sorry for any inconvenience.
Inspector, there are men here who've done us a great favor by turning out for Jamie's team. I think they ought to be allowed to come.
There is a body in the next room. I'm afraid he's not going anywhere, and neither for the moment are any of you.
This is ridiculous. I mean, half of us were on the pitch, say?
When?
Well, when this chap was killed.
How do you know?
I think we might have noticed a corpse on the floor while we were getting changed. Look, none of us had even met him.
Oh, I think somebody did, Mr. Cranston. Somebody had a brief chat with him this afternoon.
Well, it certainly wasn't me. I was either fielding or batting the whole time. Look, I want to be allowed to go, or I want to see my solicitor.
There was a tea interval. I thought I saw you in here. No, you could have done it. Anybody here could have done it. So we'll all stay until we have a volunteer.
Pagan.
What?
Out the tour.
What about it?
We're supposed to be on a boat tomorrow afternoon.
Yes?
Well, I know it's an abuse of knowing you, but we're talking about months of organization. That's all.
Rowley, people are dying all over the place. Compared with that, even cricket has to suffer.
What we know is this. Heroin, cocaine, hard drugs, large quantities are being brought into England and then distributed throughout Europe. This has been going on for some years. No one cottoned on at first because normally we're looking for stuff coming in, not going out. That's why it's so clever. Anyway, then it became clear that one of the deliverers had a pattern to it. One consignment, not big, 1 million, 2 million street value, always around the same time of year, always to more than one destination. Peter Peter had this brainwave about a tour or a holiday or something. After that, it was just a matter of matching and elimination. The pattern fitted the Clarets tour exactly. So we came to Oxford. Then Tony Don died. And then this.
Why didn't you tell me?
You might have been involved. We'd already worked out about Sergeant Lewis. It happens, Inspector.
And that's why I got all the attention.
Something like that.
So what now?
Well, I know that we'd want to let the tour go ahead.
Why? Well, surely nobody's going to risk carrying the stuff if they know you're onto them.
Maybe, maybe not. At the very least, they might make contact with their connections on the other side. This is 2 years' work. It's not so much the link as the chain. Now it's cost a life, perhaps 2 lives. I'm just asking for the opportunity to make it count.
Well, you've got to find a reason why they're all suddenly allowed to go. Otherwise, it'll be so obvious.
I've got an idea about that.
What I think happened was that Foster found out that his wife was having an affair with Anthony Don, killed him, told her, and got his comeuppance this afternoon.
From his own wife?
Well, she's in shock, but that's my guess.
What about Lewis's bash on the head?
Foster. I think he was ransacking Anthony's kit for letters, evidence. If we'd found them first, it would have been obvious.
You sure? All sounds a bit gothic.
I know. Anthony told me a few things the night before he died. About emotional problems, some other things. I was just too slow to put 2 and 2 together.
Well, you know what I'm going to ask, David? Any chance?
About the tour, you mean? Well, I'm not sure.
Lewis can chaperone us.
I'll do my best, but I can't promise.
Good man. Good man.
But if I say yes, Rhodey, I want you to guarantee that all who go out will come safely back. Just in case I'm wrong.
Scout's honor.
You all right?
Yes. Yes, this is bloody leg. I'm not supposed to walk on it. Yes. Listen to those bastard doctors who just roll over and die.
Not for me, Tom. I'll tell you what I was thinking. His phone. It was a portable one, wasn't it?
And?
Well, there'll most likely be a record of all his calls. Could be interesting.
Maybe. You see, there's something staring me in the face, and I can't... I keep looking at this book. This is where the story Don told me came from. But why did he tell it to me? I know there's something staring me in the face.
What about Vince Cranston?
Why? Why Cranston?
I'm prejudiced. He ran me out this afternoon. I suppose it's true, though, isn't it? He was on the pitch all the time.
And he dropped a catch off your bowling.
That's right. I was just getting into the swing of it. Did you see my catch?
Sorry. I did see you get your wicket, though.
Oh, well, that was more bad batting than good bowling. You could have hit, that's it. No offence.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Hello, this is Kate speaking. I'm sorry, I'm not able to answer the phone, But if you'd like to leave a message, I'll call you back as soon as I can. Or you can try ringing Beaconsfield, which is 0494 699 488. Please speak after you hear the beep, leaving the time and date of your call. Thanks.
Hello, Kate. It's Morse. I'd like to see you. I need to speak to you and, well, nothing. I just need to speak to you. So, I think you've got my numbers. So, actually, no, forget this. I'll try the other number. Okay, bye now. These telephone numbers, what about times?
I didn't ask, sir.
Well, call them back and ask for the times.
Sir?
I wish you'd rung first. I'm just going out. I'm recording today.
You're going to let me come in?
Please don't try and explain why we didn't go to supper last night, or say you like my outfit, or... You know, let's just stick to me, widow, you policeman.
We didn't go to supper last night because I didn't know where you were.
I was here. You've got the number.
I called here.
What time? You didn't call.
About 5.
I came straight here after you saw me. If it wasn't 5, it was just after, and my mother was here anyway.
Good. I'm glad.
What do you mean?
Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm just glad you were here around 5.
So you didn't call?
No, but I called your London number this morning. Where is that?
I have a flat for when I'm working late. Why?
Anthony called it on the day he died. That's all.
Did he?
You didn't know?
Well, I haven't been there since he died. No, I didn't.
Will you tell me if he left a message?
Of course, I'll go straight there on the way to the studio. I didn't think about that. I was stupid. I didn't think about that. I might have been able to...
I'm sorry. I didn't come to upset you.
I'm sorry, too. I'm not normally... whatever I am. It's just that I just need to be working. And I'm late.
I'm going.
Okay. Well, thanks. Thanks for coming.
Can I take you to the station, or are you driving?
No, my mother's going to... Yes. Please. Be nice.
As long as you promise to have supper with me. Very soon.
I promise. I'll just be a minute.
Sure.
I'm ready.
Let's go.
All set? Where the hell is Cranston? Does anyone know?
He's gone, Rowley, driving himself down. Apparently got a bit of business to sort out on the Hart front.
Well, he better not miss that ferry.
Okay, Rowley.
Yes, on the bus.
All ready, sir.
Well, get them going, then.
Ready to come on board now, is it?
Well, not me, Lewis. Get car sick unless I'm driving myself. I'll see you in Dover.
All right.
After that, it's the brown paper bag for a week.
See you there.
Cheerio. See you in a week.
Doesn't matter, sir. Well, see you soon.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay, thanks.
Come on, Vince.
We've turned the vehicle inside out. It's clean.
So what's the plan now?
I don't know. We've got people at the other side. They'll keep tabs. And we just hope that somehow we've missed it and it emerges further down the line.
Why the delay?
No Cranston. They're waiting.
Oh, he's coming.
How do you know?
I've just seen him at the station making his goodbye. I think I shall do the same.
Yes, got all day. Anyone lined up? Hagen! Where did you spring from?
I just thought I'd come and see you all off. You going on tour?
No such luck.
No, he's just dispatching me and then he's going back.
To Hong Kong?
In that direction. Tokyo, Singapore.
It's called Follow the Yen.
Good luck.
Vince! Vince! Over here!
All right.
Vince, come on, Vince, for Christ's sake.
Sorry, a little held up.
Yes, I can imagine. In fact, we've been imagining. On you go. I'll see you on board.
Don't get lost, Riley.
Okie doke. It's kisses from me then, no?
Yes.
Oh, I'll call you when you get back.
In the middle of the night.
If I can. Inspector.
And don't crash my car.
I'll say goodbye too. Have a good tour, Roland. Ready?
For the Hearties are his team, you see. Flies halfway round the globe to be here.
For a game of cricket? I move around. I flew back from Hong Kong.
What's there?
Money.
Then it became clear that the consignments had a pattern. One delivery a year.
Even you can hear that. No offense.
Get up.
What?
Get up!
Pagan, what are you talking about?
Sir?
Oh, what the bloody hell do you think you're doing?
Blimey.
Let go of me! Just let go of me! Let go of me, blast you!
I'll leave this to you. Sergeant Lewis?
Sir.
Have Mr. Cranston driven back to Oxford.
This has nothing to do with me.
This hasn't. No, that's why it took me so long. Sergeant?
What the bloody hell's going on?
That's what you're going to tell me.
Why? Why not? Life has spat on me. Why not? Why not spit back?
Lewis, we need a car.
Good afternoon, sir.
Anything wrong, officer?
Are you the owner of this vehicle?
I'm not actually, no, it's my uncle's. I got some papers here somewhere. Oh, bloody thing.
Do you have any idea what speed you were doing?
A bit fast, I suppose.
That's right, sir. That's what the two of us were just saying, a bit fast.
I see.
Books for Burning is our subject today on Speak Out. This is Kate Don, happy to be back and happy to hear your views on London 727-2727.
Kate, a bit less me, a bit more them, okay?
This happens to be something that me feels quite strongly about.
Lovely.
I just don't want my children reading these kind of books, if you know what I mean. There's already enough sex and violence.
What are we talking about here? Political books? Children's books? What?
The other, about homosexuals. Shall I tell you what I always say? There are all kinds of things in this world, and we don't need to know about them all. Let's concentrate on the good things, eh?
Good idea, Mrs. Ellingham. And we'll do that by taking another call just after the commercial break. Inspector?
I think we better talk outside, Kate.
I'm on the air.
Nevertheless.
Okay. So what is so important I had to leave my program?
Catherine Don, I charge you with the murder of your husband, Anthony John William Don. You have the right to speak, but I must warn you, anything you say may be taken down and used in evidence.
What?
I'm sorry.
What?
I've got an instinct, you see, Lewis, but it's sort of addled, I suppose. I knew the Zen thing was important, but I kept thinking it was the story. And it wasn't the story, it was the book. And where it came from.
Vince Cranston.
Vince Cranston. Then I made the connection between one death and the other. Old Forster's fault.
Foster?
No, Forster, the writer. Only connect, that was his motto. Terrible idea. There was no connection. Kate killed her husband. Jamie killed Foster.
Sir? Why did she kill her husband?
I told her myself. I said, love and money, they're the most common motives. And they are. She wanted to leave him. He wasn't having any. He threatened to keep the kids, to keep the money, to kill Cranston. So she killed him. Same with Rowley. He was bitter, shortchanged. He decided nobody cared for him, so he stopped caring for them. His nephew exploited that. Brilliant, really. Because all the time we were looking in the wrong place, at the wrong team.
It's me. I'll see you later. Say?
Cranston.
Both of them. Kate, Rowley. I had them both so close to me I couldn't see.
I've read the book. 1,000 hugs, 1,000 kisses. I've got a gun, Kate, and I swear to God, if I don't kill myself, I'll kill somebody.
Right. Kate, it's Morse. Look, I'd like to see you. I need to speak to you, and, well, nothing. I just need to speak to you. I think...
Sir? Let's go home then, eh?
Yeah.
Any idea what time it is?
Why, are you up for a pint?
Well, actually, I was hoping we might be in time to see the end of the test match.
Yes, of course, Lewis. I mean, where could we avoid it?